Good morning, students. Standard 8, Social Science, Geography, Unit 6, Industries. Unit 6, Industries. Learning objectives. To know about the nature and the importance of industries. To understand the general classification of economic activities. To identify the factors responsible for location of industries. To study about the classification of industries. Let us see about the industry. What is the industry? Actually, industry is a process by which the raw materials are changed into finished products. As it is raw materials, we cannot use it. So, we have to make it as a finished products. That means some process will be taken. Make a usable product. So, many raw materials are not fit for human consumption. Therefore, there is a need for conversion. So, this is a conversion to making the process from the raw material to the usable material. That is a finished goods. நம்ம raw material அப்படியே யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. அதனோட process we have to make it. Then only we can make it as a usable material. So, this transformation of commodities. Commodities na பொருட்கள் from one form to another form is the essence of manufacturing industry or the secondary group of economic activities. So, this is a secondary group of economic activities. Actually, from the raw materials to it is converted into finished material with the help of the industries. Arrival of science and technology helped the man to fabricate raw materials into finished products. So, the economic strength of a country is always measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Therefore, any country in the world is basically depends on the effective growth of industries for its economic development. Let us see about the basic of economic activities. So, these are the following. Following are the major fundamental economic activities. First one, it is the primary economic activities. Example, raw cotton production. This is a primary activity. And secondary economic activities. Example, spinning mill. Then third, tertiary economic activities. It is a trade and transport. Fourth one, quaternary activities. Example, banking sector. And fifth one, quinary activities, example, judicial sector. The classification of economic activities. First, primary sector. It is a raw cotton production from the raw material to finished product. It is a secondary sector with the help of the industries. Then after making the finished product, we have to transfer to the market area. So, need the communication, that is a transport communication and trade center we need. It is a tertiary sector, trade and communication, that is transport. And fourth, it is a quaternary sector, it is a banking sector, money transfer sector. And fifth, it is a judicial sector, quinary activities, it is a decision making sector, it is a judicial sector. Let us see the primary economic activities in brief. There are the economic activities which have been originated in the very beginning. So, it is agricultural, farming, it is the very beginning. It includes the activities such as forestry, grazing, hunting, food gathering, fishing, agriculture, mining and quarrying. These are primary economic activity. And secondary economic activities. Here, secondary economic activities are those that change raw materials into usable products through processing and manufacturing with the help of the industries. Bakeries that make flour into bread and factories that change metals and plastics into vehicles are examples of secondary activities. Look at this, secondary economic activities. Just like farming, any secondary economic activities can be a system. And input farming, we have a system. Likewise, secondary economic activities also we have to make it with the system. Input, then process. Actually raw materials and process are taken place. Then output, it is the finished goods which we can be usable material. We can use the material, that is the output. Then tertiary economic activity. Tertiary economic activities are those that provide essential services and support the industries to function. Often it is called service industries. This level includes the transportation, finance, utilities, education, retail, housing, medical and other services. We are educated by school. Since school is doing service, so it comes under the tertiary activity, the third sector activity, that is trade and transport. Tertiary sector is a part of economy where businesses produce services. That is a service or non-physical products that cannot be touched or stored like a haircut or a train journey. It is a tertiary sector. Then fourth one, it is a quaternary economic activity. These are associated with the creation and transfer of information. So creation and transfer of information and money transformation, everything will come under this quaternary economic activity, including research and training. So often called information industries, this level has been dramatic growth as a result of advancements in technology and electronic display and transmission of information. Example, we watch television, this is a, and we use mobile phones. So with the help of the mobile phone only we are making everything. Now in this COVID condition also, it is a, with the help of the mobile and internet only we can make our life easier. It's not easy, but we can anyhow we can manage our life. Then the programs are telecasted from television station. It is an example of quaternary activity. Then services sector is one of the largest sector of India. Before, so after independence, agriculture sector only largest sector of India, but now it is a services sector. It is one of the largest sector of India. Currently this sector is the backbone of Indian economy. Before we used to say that is agriculture is the backbone of our Indian economy, but nowadays it is a services sector. It is a tertiary economic sector. It is a and economic activity and contributing around 53% of the Indian gross domestic products. Then quaternary economic activities. Quaternary economic activities refers to the high level decision making processes by executive in industries, business, education and government. This sector include top executives or officials in the fields of science and technology, universities, healthcare, etc. In government means it is a MP, MLA through the ministry. We are making the decision. That is the decision making. And in our house, our parents, for example, it is in our house, our parents purchase household articles and make decisions by themselves in some situation. Likewise, that is similarly, the Council of Ministers take decisions to introduce various people welfare schemes in the state. So these two are the examples of the quaternary activities. Now let us see the factors responsible for location of industries. So here location of industries, these are the factors, it is responsible. First we need a raw material, then land, water, labor, capital, power, transport and market. The locational factors of industries are grouped into geographical factors and non-geographical factors. Look at this, locational factors of industries. Raw material, main thing it is a raw material. So one side it is a labor, capital, market. The other side it is a power, land, transport. Without this we cannot make any industries. It is a possibility. And geographical factors. So raw materials, bulky goods and weight losing materials cannot be transported for long distances. Therefore, industries like iron and steel and sugar industries are located near the place of availability of iron ore and sugarcane respectively. So, steel plant in Salem, it is located near Kanjamalai. So where iron ore also available. So similarly, sugar industries are located near the sugarcane growing areas. This is a raw material. And power. Power is base and essential to run the entire industry. Power is mostly generated from the conventional sources like coal, mineral oil and water. So any one of these sources must be located near the industries to fulfill its power requirement. Third one, labor. Availability of cheap and skilled labor is another important requirement for labor-intensive industries. Example, tea industry. Then fourth one, transport. It is needed for transporting raw materials to the industries and also for sending the finished products to the market. Then storage and warehousing. It is making after processing the material, we have to make it in the godown. That is a storage and warehouse. The finished goods should reach the market at the end of the process of manufacturing. Hence, such finished products should be stored at suitable storage or warehouse till the goods are taken to the market. Then sixth factor is topography. Topography is the structure of the land, surface of the land. The site that is selected for the establishment of an industry must be flat. So the land, the industry's land must be the flat. So it can be well served by different modes of transport. Then seventh one, climate. Then climate of area selected for an industry is also one of the important factors of location of industries. So extreme climate condition is not suitable for the successful industrial growth. Moreover, there are certain industries which require a specific climate. For example, cool humid climate is ideal for cotton textile industry. So here, as Coimbatore and Tirupur have such type of climate, many cotton textile industries are located in this zone. Then water resources. So availability of water is another important factor that influences the industrial location. Many industries are established near rivers, canals and lakes for this reason. So iron and steel industries, textile industries and chemical industries require plenty of water for their proper functioning. These are the factors responsible for the geographical factors responsible for the making industries in an area. Let us see the short video about the industries.
Classification of industries. Industries are classified on various bases in the following ways: raw materials, size and ownership. On the basis of source of raw materials: agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, marine-based industries, forest-based industries. Agro-based industries. They use plants and animal-based products as raw materials. Food processing, cotton textiles, vegetable oil, dairy products, sugar, tea, coffee, leather industries are the examples of agro-based industries. Mineral-based industries. They are primary industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. The product of these industries are used as raw materials by other industries. Example, iron and steel, cement, petrochemical industries, etc. Marine-based industries. They use products from the sea and oceans as raw materials. Industries processing seafood or manufacturing fish oil are some examples. forest-based industries. They utilize forest produce as raw materials. The industries associated with forest are pulp and paper, pharmaceuticals, furniture and buildings. On the basis of size, large-scale industries, small-scale industries. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed and the volume of production. Large-scale industries. If investment is more than 1 crore rupees in India, then it is called a large-scale industry. Example, iron and steel, automobile industries, etc. Small-scale industries. If the capital investment is less than 1 crore rupees in India, it is termed as small-scale industries. Example, silk weaving and good processing industries. And household industries belong to this category. These industries are also classified and grouped as miscellaneous. These industries are also classified and grouped as miscellaneous categories. Example, basket weaving, pot making, handicraft, etc. On the basis of ownership, public sector industries, private sector industries, joint sector industries, cooperative sector industries. Private sector industries. They are owned and operated by individuals or group of individuals. Example, Reliance Textiles, Tata Motors, Dauber Industries and Bajaj Auto. Public sector industries. They are owned and operated by government agencies. Example, BEL, Bharat Heavy Electronically Limited, SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, etc. Joint sector industries. They are jointly run by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. Example, Oil India Limited is jointly owned by both private and public sectors. Cooperative sector industries. They are owned and operated by the producers of suppliers of raw materials. Example, Amul, Anand Milk Union Limited is the best example of the cooperative sector.
Dear students, this video highlighted the classification of industries. Industries on the basis of the source of raw material, on the basis of size, on the basis of ownership. First, it is a raw material. It is a 4 division of industries: agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, marine-based industries and forest-based industries. On the basis of size, large-scale industries and small-scale industries. On the basis of the ownership, public sector industries, private sector industries, joint sector industries and cooperative sector industries. Let us see the recap of the lesson. First, it is a industry. Industry is a place or process by which the raw materials are changed into finished products. Then economic activity. Any action that involves in the production, distribution, consumption or services is an activity. Then types of economic activities. Primary economic activities, secondary economic activities and tertiary economic activities are the fundamental and major economic activities. Then factors affecting location of industries. Factors affecting location of industries are raw materials, capital, land, water, labor, power supply, transport and market.